somebody just texted me, or rather sent me a message through the Facebook Messenger, and I had my phone. I was laying on my bed and I had my phone kind of next, above, and to the right of my head. And I felt when the text came in and the phone vibrated, I felt this wave go through my frontal lobe, almost as a physical wave, like if you were in a pool and somebody would splash you and you would be underwater and you would feel that wave come at you. I felt this wave of pressure sweep and go through my head as the phone again was to the top and right of me. And then I felt a strange tingling sensation and a headache kind of thing, a headache up here that I've never felt before. Now I still feel it now. I feel almost a tingling, but a kind of a burning, like a hot, not hot of pain, but all around here I feel almost a heat, like as though I have a little bit of a fire in my brain, but not too much. It almost feels like, I mean, if I touch here, it's not my skin, it's underneath. And I know there's no, um, there's no nerves in the brain, but it feels like if I did have nerves in my brain, it would be on fire right now. It feels as though it has just been burned a little bit. And this is disturbing to me now. The intensity of it is going away. This happened to me about half an hour ago as I was laying in bed, but the intensity of it has gone away. Um, I feel a little disoriented barely now, but I also, there's this tingling, and not super tingling, but just a little bit of tingling. And again, it feels, maybe the word for it is a little bit numb. Um, if this has ever happened to you, write your comments on the bottom, because it's a very strange phenomenon. But lately, with this G5 technology, and I've been thinking about it, and I don't have a G5 phone now, but I've been thinking that with all these new towers up and things, I've been concerned about it a little bit, and I've almost felt inspiration inside not to have the phone too close to me when I'm sleeping, but for some reason I had it real close this time. And again, it felt like this wave come through me, tingling from the top to the side, and it felt like a microwave. It felt like cooking of my brain, and I still feel the tingling has gone away a little bit now. It almost feels more numb than tingling now. I'm hoping that this is normal and that this will go away. And yes, I shouldn't have had my phone anywhere near my head. I definitely won't do that again. But also, I'm afraid of my other theory, which is as these massive microwave radiations are coming in and out of phones, all day long, some of them have surges in them. So once in a while you get a surge of a microwave coming from either the satellite or the tower. It has to be. And it has to be that way because all electronics work that way. Once in a while you have a surge. It's the same thing when you have your appliances plugged into the outlet in the kitchen or in the bedroom or whatever, your TV. There's always an electrical surge. Always an electrical surge. It may not happen for months, but once in a while you get a little spike of power. Same thing with the microwaves that are coming from the cell phone towers and from the satellites. Once in a while there has to be a surge. It's scientific. These are the laws of electricity and such, and of matter, and of and of the wavelengths that come in, X-rays, microwaves, and so on, visible light, and the spectrum of the electromagnetic spectrum. These are the properties of it. So once in a while, you have a spike in those wavelengths, and it is more massive, more intense than the others. And it causes, when it comes through in electricity form, through your housing, it causes your appliances to turn, your breaker to break and everything. And if it doesn't happen, then your appliances are going to go kaput at that point, depending on how big the spike is. If it's a small spike, it's not going to do anything to your electronics. It's a big spike, it's going to break them. Well, I have the same concept here. I'm thinking that hopefully this isn't a big spike that went through me, a huge spike, but it was a spike. I felt it different than usual. And in my mind, I could almost picture the wave because I felt the wave. I literally felt it go in part of my brain and out the other part like a wave, like a shock wave. And it did feel, and it gave me a headache. It gave me a headache right here, which I've never had a headache ever, right here in this section of my brain, right here. So from about mid here, from my mid front all the way up here. And that's about where the wave went through. It didn't go any lower. I usually, if I ever get a headache, it's from lack of caffeine, and I get around my eyeballs here. And it's real intense, so I'll have to push but this is way below that. It's over here. And so here I got another text, another Facebook text just now as I'm recording this. And obviously I have the phone close to my brain. Here it can't be more than a foot and a half. And I didn't feel anything. Just got a text, just got a Facebook instant message, and I didn't feel a thing. So again, I think my theory has to be correct. Has this happened to you? Because right now I didn't feel anything, but when it came in, the other text in the morning earlier, about half an hour ago, I did feel that wave as the text came in and buzzed. I felt that wave come through me. This has happened before, about 20 years ago, when I was in San Diego in the car, and I had my cell phone right about where it is now, and I received a phone call. I felt a real big spike at that time, but I felt it barely brush the top of my head. I felt a literal wave come in, and I could feel the properties of it go to my cell phone. That's the only time that's ever happened. I told my wife about it, and I felt it, and that felt like a more massive wave, to tell you the truth. But again, it felt almost like it skimmed the top of my head, and I felt that wave go into my phone. Literally, as it was ringing, I felt the way it actually came from the side of me here, and flicked the top of my head and into my phone, and it rang. And so that wasn't a phone call, a different kind of message, but same microwave, and I think that was a massive surge. So my question to you, and if I get brain damage now, or if I get any kind of brain tumor right around this part, it is because of that. I just documented it now. That's why I'm documenting. Has this ever happened to you? Have you ever felt a surge? Because this is what's happening to people now, is that cell phones are dangerous, not only because they're targeting people and etc., and they can use the technology to send you saying yes, all that covert stuff and all that government conspiracy stuff, yes, but putting all that stuff aside, and supposing that the government's benign and everything, just the properties of physics itself, once in a while there has to be some surges in the microwaves that are coming into your phone. There just has to be. That's the surges of physics. So has this ever happened to you? Have you ever felt a microwave coming into your phone and hitting you somewhere, your brain or something? And has that caused something to happen to you, either mentally or physically? Because I'm concerned about this, and I think there should be discussion about this, and to see if anybody's thinks they've been affected by this kind of surge that I call it. All right, I'll read your post below, and I'll keep you updated as what I feel in the next few days of this massive surge.